Hello! Today is the third attempt to put the GoPro in the water, and hopefully there won't be any leaks today. Yeah, I have put a lot of silicone around the wires there where the leak was. You know, I thought the leak was the seal around the GoPro, so I replaced the seal, but that didn't help. But now it's time to put it in the water again. There. Touchdown. Yeah. Now there is no water in the camera, but the battery is full of water instead. And that's not good. So there's only one thing to do, and that's to take it up again. Yeah, you can see a lot of bubbles coming out there. So what I did was I poured the water out, cleaned the lid and resealed it. And now I'm gonna try deploying it in a different way. So it's not the deployment that makes it come loose. So I'm gonna try launching it instead. There it goes. And touchdown. And this time there's no water inside the battery case, and it still takes pictures. I just have to reposition it a bit because it's tilted down, so I'm gonna fix that. And there is some moisture inside the battery, but it's because I just poured the water out and put the lid back on. I didn't want to go home and dry it. And no more leaks there. So it was probably dirt or something that was in the lid there, or the deployment that made the lid come loose, but now it seems to work. And the camera takes pictures and no more water in the camera. That's great. I stay around for a long time here to check that it's not coming in any more water. And it didn't, so I go back to the surface and then I wait an hour on the location. So I'm heading back. And I'm charging the ROV while waiting around for about an hour. And then I deploy the ROV again. And there's still no water in it, so that's a really good sign. Not in the camera house either. and it's still taking pictures. So that's really good. So now I go back to the surface, and then I'm gonna go around and enjoy the weather on the lake here. There is the marker, so I can easily find it. I will find it even if the marker disappears, because I have the GPS coordinates, but it will take longer. And it was a beautiful day, so I was out all day until the evening. And before I went home, I went back to the camera to check it once again. So down with the ROV. There is the marker. I just follow the line down. And it still works and no water in it. This is really good. Now it's been taking pictures for a couple of hours here without water in it, so that's great. So time to get home and get some sleep. Yeah, it's the next day. It's a quite windy day, so I'm gonna wait until the evening before I get back and check the camera again. I just watched the Crew Dragon flying with the astronauts, and it was great. And after that I went out on the lake here, and I'm gonna check if the camera I have on the bottom still take pictures. If not, I'm gonna take it up. If it still takes pictures, I'm gonna leave it. There is the surface marker. And I have the ROV ready, and it's a bit windy, so I hope there's no water in it and that it still takes pictures. Let's find out. Yeah, as you can see, there is a bit of waves there at the surface, and that makes it a little bit harder to run the ROV, because the waves pull the tether, so it's shaking a bit even at the bottom here. Also there is a lot of underwater currents that drags it, and there seems to be a lot more particles in the water. But there's fish there also. Two kinds of fish. Nice. And there's the camera, so hopefully there's no water in it. There's no water in it, that's great. So let's see if it still takes pictures. Yeah, it flashed. So I think it's because I'm here with the ROV and lighting the light on it. Otherwise I think it would have been too dark for it. There, take picture. That's awesome. Yes, it still take pictures. That's awesome. And I saw a lot of fish there when I went down with my ROV. Probably it doesn't take picture now, it is too dark there, but the light from my ROV turned it on so that it took picture while I was there. So that's awesome. Can't wait to see how this time lapse gonna be. But for now I'm gonna leave it in a bit longer. I had a lot of battery left in my ROV when I got back to the harbor, so I thought I checked the harbor out. And then I found this dead pike on the bottom, lying there on the bottom, and it had damages on, it was hurt, and there is tail of a monster pike living in the harbor. So maybe it's a bite mark there on the sides. So I went closer to inspect the damages. As you can see, it looks very dead. And a lot of damages on it. However, it turned out it wasn't dead. Have a nice day. Goodbye.